welcome to our podcast.
Welcome, Freewoman. It's so great to have you here.
Yeah, happy new week. Hope you survived whatever you're going through. We have.
I mean, clearly, we're here. You don't see the mess that went on behind the scenes.
I feel like last week wasn't too chaotic. I actually got to lay down and rest and read a book. So that to me feels like a quiet, successful, non-chaotic week.
Yeah, my week wasn't that way.
I can't even remember what happened.
Yeah, I had a lot of kind of family drama, and I had doctor's appointments, and it was just pretty busy.
That's true. I did have a lot of appointments during the week, but my weekend was lovely. So
it's so nice when you can have a relaxing week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've been having a lot of I've been doing a lot of my trauma work, been trying to go into old memories, old emotions. And so I feel like, and then coupled with doing different like doctor's appointments, medical treatments, I definitely have been feeling the emotions coming up, which is fantastic, but it also is a lot when you're also busy and can't really sit with things and have a proper cry because
it just stays inside because you still gotta feed a family. And
well, I was like sitting outside on my way to my harp lesson. I had all of these like memories and emotions come up, and then I get there and I'm like 3 minutes late, so I don't even have time to sit there and process. I'm like, oh my God, just like stop crying so that you can be a normal human being, because you have to get through this lesson that is scheduled and this person is waiting for you.
well, not only that, we both are trying to get our hormones balanced, and that's a whirlwind, like getting that all figured out, and then your body adjusting and adapting to that. And one day you feel great, one day out of 7, but the other 6 are like just out of balance.
Yeah, the hormone replacement therapy, our gender affirming care that we are on as middle-aged women, adjusting to the hormones and figuring out the right balance is a whole journey too. And I'm so grateful for hormone replacement therapy, but it takes some finagling to find the right balance. And that is also a journey. You're exhausted, emotional,
cranky, moody.
Yeah.
Maybe some rage comes up.
Can affect your sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I just started testosterone last week. I'm actually really looking forward to the rage. I'm like, I should be pissed off.
You're like, bring it.
Bring it. Like, please wake that up in me, because we've been doormat way too long.
Have you looked up when that usually hits? So we can all be prepared.
It varies. It varies between person. So I just have been taking it for 4 days now. So we should be okay for a little while. Hopefully once the snow melts and things
Maybe
thaw
next week.
outside, I will be hitting me and I can just go be outside.
Yeah, I can really tell when it's the hormone replacement therapy that's hitting me, because it does. It just like is not normal emotions.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I just feel like I got hit by a train. It's like I took NyQuil in the middle of the day or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just falling over.
The tiredness that comes in is like you said, like taking NyQuil during the day. You're exhausted. I just want to lay down, but yet, I still have to go pick up my kids from school, and someone's got to be a mom, someone's got to be a parent, so I got to do it. It's really hard. And then the kids are like, why are you just always so tired? I'm like, I don't know. Sorry. This is what you have to look forward to. Sorry.
Yeah, we
not
kind
exciting.
Have talked about this obviously in frustration of like, wow, I just feel horrible today, but also as this opening where I'm like, wow, I feel like so many emotions that have been hard for me to access are now coming to the surface. I'm actually able to like feel some grief about some really awful things that happened.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I guess it's that making lemonade out of lemons type of a thing.
Yeah, it's like you asked for it, so here it is. Like, you made your bed, here you go. Like, I do. I want to access the deep, dark, wounded parts of myself, but as like you've been saying, like tapping into them, it's uncomfortable, and the emotions on top of the emotions that are coming in with the hormonal replacement, I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this. Let's just sit in my bed all day. Let's have a good cry. Let's keep some food in here. So
don't text your ex.
Yeah, don't text your ex. I'm like, let's not make any big decisions while we feel this way.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's just read a book and be in another world for 24 hours because this world is wow.
But the thing with trauma that is so tricky is oftentimes the emotions are really hard to access.
They are.
Especially if it's like early childhood or like in my case, it was domestic violence. I had to be in fight or flight. I had to be in survival mode. And
so you can get through it.
I had to take care of kids. I had to work 3 jobs. I had to do all of these things. And so then when you're finally in a safe space, it's like, oh,
well, you're still in shock.
We've been wanting to feel all those emotions. We told ourselves we'd feel all those emotions as soon as we were in the safe space.
But now they're stuck.
But where'd they go?
Where are they? Yeah, they hid in a very dark corner within yourself somewhere. And they're like, come try and find me. Let's play hide and seek.
It is really like hide and seek.
It is. And it's like, no, we're safe now. I promise. I'm keeping you safe. We can do this now. And it's like, oh, nope. We are not coming to the surface.
It's like trying to hit a moving target.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold still.
And then I'm like, well, I gotta go to my heart lesson now that I finally found it.
Yeah.
I gotta go inside and talk to a human. Yeah. Not seem crazy.
God, we're all just pretending, aren't we? We are all just a little bit crazy inside because we're all pretending and keeping all this trauma, all these feelings, just deep down, doormat, covered with bricks. And we're all just pretending. And then one day we just start feeling things while we're grocery shopping. And it's like, goddamn, not right now. It's like trying to hold a poop in.
Then it calcifies inside your body.
You're like, shit, I should have just went when I needed to. Now this is gonna hurt. It's gonna be jagged and dry. Might cry a little.
I mean, not the analogy I was thinking of, but it works.
Well, it just came to, and we need to laugh a little.
What can I say? Yeah, I was more thinking of like a nuclear bomb went off somewhere within your emotional world.
Well, that can happen too when you don't go poop right away.
And then you just kind of like pulled a blanket over that spot and didn't think about it ever again. It's just rotting in there, just rotten,
festering,
dead thing,
smelling.
Yeah, it's like, when a woman has a miscarriage and the baby doesn't come out.
Oh yeah,
it's a problem. It kills you.
It does. It kills you.
You can't have rotten things inside of you.
Emotions are the same way.
You can also die from not pooping. That is also a thing.
It is. It's the same things with our emotions, with our pain, our rage, our grief, even joy. If we try to keep joy at bay, we just choose to be bitter instead.
I mean, you see this in all of the men that were taught to never cry.
Yeah.
That only sissy girly girls cry. And then look at them. They're in their 70s and they can't even tell their sons that they love them.
They all have a pot belly full of rotten shit. It's just emotions.
Prostate cancer.
All sitting there because They were told not to cry and that you can't say I love you to your children.
Yeah. And sometimes it comes out too as just rage, right?
Yep.
Sorry to pick on you men, but it's just an easy example of repressed emotion, right?
Yeah, it is, because it's kind of general. It's like throughout the country, through lifetimes where it's been taught men don't have feelings. And I actually used to believe that. I literally believed that men didn't have emotions.
I thought they had a brain damage or something. Like that part of them just didn't fire up or couldn't.
And I still sometimes feel it. Like sometimes I'm like, well, men don't feel. Like it just kind of comes in like really quickly and then goes away. And I'm like, it's so funny that I still feel shocked when I see a man in a healthy way express his emotions. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
It's like...
Well, I mean, all it takes is being a mother.
Yeah.
I swear the boys are more emotional than the
my
girls.
son was a lot more emotional than
so were all my
daughter.
boys. I mean, I only had one daughter. Yeah. But yeah, my boys were more emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like having a PMSing girl, except for they're 7.
Yeah, so instead of telling my son not to feel, I actually studied him and found out he's highly sensitive like I am. Oh, here comes our bald kitty, if you're watching.
This is the kitty with fur issues for those of you watching. He is loved. He is safe.
He's very happy. Don't judge us. Anyway, so what was I talking about the emotions.
The emotions. Well, we were talking about
our son.
Your son was very
highly
sensitive.
And
I'm not saying this is a bad thing that the boys are more emotional. I think emotions are fantastic. It just was eye-opening to me that we have done this that we do this to boys, that they are so sensitive.
Yes.
And we shame them for, at least our generation, right? 80s, 90s, early 2000s, we shamed boys for
even
having
back,
emotions.
Like, I mean, come on, like it is. I think it's very just recent.
That John Wayne cowboy.
It's very recent that we're actually talking about boys being allowed to cry and have emotions. Like I noticed the difference between my son being at his dad's versus with me. My son has all this pent up anger because he's not allowed to express it at his dad's.
Yeah.
And so then when he comes with me, it's like a safe place to do it. But I'm like, I'm not going to be your punching bag every week. So we're going to do therapy, which has been amazing for him. But I'm just like, wow, you have just so much emotion. Let's learn how to communicate. Let's learn how to feel these emotions.
I mean, we still see men being shamed for emotions in modern times with, all of the progressiveness that we have attempted to accomplish.
Well, baby steps. It's going to take a while.
I mean, they're called like baby or snowflake liberals or this or that if they show emotion. Show
any empathy at all, like any care at all in the world. It's like, why shouldn't we care about humanity?
Why do we hate humans for having natural human emotions? They're not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did that man crying somehow attack you?
I know.
Did it affect your life in any form?
That man expressing care and love to a child or an animal make you feel uncomfortable and insecure about what's going on inside of you?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not a sissy. That's actually really attractive and brave. So thank you for being that way if that's who you are.
And then, women, we repress our anger.
Yeah, we do because we were told when we were little that we don't get
A lot
angry.
of women repress all of their emotions as well, just because that narrative that men are being told they're wussies, and women don't want to be that either. We don't want to be seen as overly emotional or irrational. Too much.
She's a bitch. Because she expressed how she feels.
All of this toxicity around normal human emotions, and then you go through something really traumatic.
Or several different traumatic things.
And the emotions around that are big.
Yeah.
They are.
I know.
I keep going back to your poop analogy.
Thank you. It's good, right?
If you can't even get out a pebble, you're not going to be able to get this one out.
Yeah. Have you ever been really constipated before and had to do it? It's awful.
Okay. If you've only given birth to 4-pound babies, a 12-pound baby might be too much. You might get stuck. You'll need emergency procedures. Interventions.
You're going to need a C-section. Well, you can't do that with emotions. You actually have to go through the process and eliminate.
Well, I
you
guess
need to gently, you have to
maybe-
let each step of it come up and feel, and until maybe you just get to that real big grunt of a feeling and feel the rage. And
we do have interventions for emotions. That I'd say the equivalent of having like a C-section might be different forms of medication.
oh, that's true.
And like when people get stuck in the depression, and usually if you're depressed, there's a reason.
It's stuck.
It's stuck emotion, stuck trauma. That's one of the ways that something rotting inside you becomes known, is through that flat feeling, that depressed state.
Well, and just know when you start doing your trauma work, you will feel depressed often. It's great.
But
it's
medication can sometimes help people to get, because it's a stuckness, right? It can help people start to feel like the normal range of emotions again, so then they can like take action, like maybe go to the gym or change their diet or get the divorce.
Yeah, well,
or do the things they need to do to
because
get unstuck.
movement is important. Being, staying active in your life.
Not lying in bed all day. Yeah.
Because it does make you feel that way. And there's nothing wrong with you if you seek help in that way. Like I would find like a professional. Like I talk to my therapist quite often about it, versus just a doctor who doesn't know what's going on with me internally. And that made me feel a lot safer and a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And
well, finding people that it's safe to emote around, because sometimes just having someone witness you is so powerful. Like, it's like having a midwife. They can kind of like help guide you through birthing that emotion.
Yeah.
And a therapist is a great person for that. A best friend, a spouse, a partner. Not your children.
No. It's not her. Please,
a lot of people make that mistake.
Yeah.
Your children are not your therapist or your parent.
Really? You don't say.
There's a unique kind of trauma that is associated with doing that.
Yeah.
It's called parentification.
I'm so glad there's like words for all these things that happened in my life.
It's nice.
It is.
I know that we tend to, on the negative side, over-label.
Yeah.
But having the labels has really helped me, coming from a time when there was no words to describe what I was going through.
It helped me too, because it helps me to kind of navigate the trauma. I mean, I used to always say I feel like my mom's parent, and now there's a word for it.
Parentification.
Yeah. And I'm like, no way, that's me.
It's trauma.
That was my whole childhood and my adult life with my mom until, I left.
Yeah, it's really, really sad when wounded adults do that to their kids. So, if you find yourself wanting to do that with your kid, maybe get a therapist.
You should get a therapist. Do not put that responsibility on your child. They will not only do that with you, they will grow up doing that with everybody else in their life.
If you can't find, or afford a therapist for whatever reason, there's also like online chat forums.
Yeah.
There's online Facebook groups. There's online options where you can talk with other survivors.
I've found some really great therapists even on YouTube.
Same.
And they have programs that you can do through their channel.
I recommend Dr. Romani to everyone.
Yeah.
She helped me so much when I was in the early stages.
Yeah, love Dr. Romani. There's another one, but I can't think of his name right now. But every time I watch one of his videos too, I have like a huge epiphany or like a click go off, and I'm like, yeah, that is exactly what I went
through. Or the Freewoman podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Follow, and subscribe.
Yes, please. We have lots of experience around all of this. We are not professional doctors, but we can definitely talk about trauma and the signs and the symptoms and
the lived wisdom
of it, because it's really hard, and it's hard to start seeing people clearly as well, because it is kind of foggy.
Well, trauma makes everything very confusing, and we've talked about this. It's like the upside down. It's kind of like you're in a snow globe and things keep changing direction. So when you go into those trauma memories, it feels really just combobulated.
Well, a lot of times too, I'm like, God, am I just crazy? Am I crazy? Like,
Well, and then
is
there's
this
that,
real? And
because so often with trauma, it's not like you have video footage of what happened.
yeah.
It's just what you remember in your own brain, and it feels like a shook snow globe.
Well, and if you try to talk to family members about what happened, or parents, and
They
if
usually don't want you to.
they don't want you to, what can't you just forget about the past? Or, they try to water the narrative, like they try to make it confusing. And, so that's why it's nice to have, some tools.
So there have been times where it has just been nice hearing my kids talk about their trauma, because I'm like, okay, it was real. It did happen. It was bad.
Well, it's been interesting with our friendship how much we've been able to help each other, because in a way we've like mirrored each other with like your ex and your kids, which reminds me so much of my childhood and my siblings. And it's like helped me to have memories come up, but also just see how you are standing up for your kids and taking care of them. I'm like, oh, that would have been nice. Like, I really wish I had that. Or, I wish I had a safe home, or a mother who fought for me or tried to keep me safe. But also just hearing your kids talk about it too, and seeing their trauma. And I'm like, oh, that's so similar to me and like what I've been through. And, I try to let you know, I'm like, hey, I survived. I'm okay. I mean, I wouldn't say I have survived, but it's not been easy. But, I think your kids do have a chance, especially where they have you and you've been helping them at such a young age.
It has really helped me listening to your story too, and how you're like, I wish my mom would have done that. And your kids are so lucky. They like, you're standing up for them, or you're not letting that happen.
You're protecting them.
This or that. And I'm like, okay, because sometimes it does feel like a lot and you doubt yourself. And that's why finding community with other survivors can really help, even if it's just listening to someone on YouTube or observing Facebook group chats or something.
Or listening to podcasts.
Yeah. Or
like
podcasts like the Freewoman.
Just throwing that in there.
Yeah. It can really ground you in reality, because, well, not only do abusers purposefully gaslight you and make you feel crazy, your own trauma brain can kind of make you feel crazy.
Well,
you feel ungrounded.
Very much. And like, it's good to find ways to ground into reality, because what I have found with my brain and the way I did handle things from a very young age is I created a fantasy for most of my life.
Yeah.
To
guilty.
Yeah. To survive, and also in a sense to avoid reliving the memories.
Yeah.
I tried to stay always in this like happy which is not, there's nothing wrong with being happy and positive, but I would try to stay in this fantasy of happy, positive, don't look at those things mindset, because when I did, it was really triggering, really uncomfortable, but you can only avoid for so long.
Well, the fantasy is essential to a point, till we get to that safe place where we are safe to feel.
Yes.
Where we're not in survival, where we're not in fight or flight. It's like we kind of have to move through that stage to the safe place stage to then release the fantasy and feel the emotions. Well, it's like you have to get through it somehow.
Yeah, the fantasy kept me safe within myself. It taught me to numb. It taught me to see only what I need and want to see, instead of seeing people for very, very clearly. And it taught me to ignore anytime I felt pain within myself or suffering. I just told myself, well, this is just how it is, or I just ignored it.
Yeah.
Until I got to the point at the age of about 35 where I went through a very dark depression. I guess you can call it depression. But it's when I basically felt like my soul left my body. And I know there are terms and like real words for this, but that's what it felt like to me. I felt like everything inside me turned off, and it was because I avoided the truth and my trauma for so long that one thing finally triggered me, and I felt myself curl up into a ball inside myself and disappear. And so I had to work at finding myself. And then once I did, It's almost like I took off some of the mask and I started to see things for what they were or what they are. And that is when I got divorced. That is when I started to say yes to me because I was like, how did we get here and how do we never feel that way again?
Yeah.
I mean, I have felt that way again because, it's in layers. But I have always kept that vow with myself that I will never allow something like that to happen to me again, meaning the abuse. Like, I will always choose me first. I will always love me. So, trauma, just doing trauma work and being in reality, it's hard, it's difficult. I get why some people don't ever want to do it because you have to just face the truth. And
Well, and the more it builds up, the bigger
oh
it
yeah.
becomes. And it's why a lot of times with those really big emotions that need to be moved, you have to do it in pieces. Because it could cause, and we have seen this happen in people, it can cause psychotic breaks.
Yeah.
It can cause psychosis.
You can go cuckoo.
Yeah. And so it's really good to trust your own psyche's process, to not to when things come up, go into them, but also it's like don't force the process. It's just like birthing a baby. You got to trust the body that it knows what it's doing.
It comes in waves. And you can't just push that baby all out in one big giant contraction. That would kill you.
Yeah, you got to let the birth process play out. The contractions are going to build. They're going to get closer together. It's going to...
Your body's slowly opening up for this big birth
And just
moment.
when you think you're done, then you have the afterbirth.
Then you have the placenta and you're like, oh my God, what, no more?
And then how long does it take the body to get back to, quote, normal afterwards? It's a whole process.
That's another thing with the trauma work is it is like your body, it's you. It's like the emotional part, the mental part, and it's the physical part as well. And it can make you very sick or sick through the process because it takes a lot of energy. I mean, that's one of the reasons I went into perimenopause early is because because of the adrenal burnout from all the stress of doing my trauma work, but also just life, because I guess that went hand in hand. You just go through life and then the trauma work comes with it. And yeah, so my body, I've had to be kind to it. I've had to let it rest. I've had to kind of see it at a different angle, where before I was like, well, I can do anything and get everything done and do it all on my own. And now I'm like, no, we can't. We actually cannot. We need to allow this body to rest and do nothing and love it even.
Well, I think a good example of a collective trauma, trauma that is happening on a mass scale right now, would be the release of the Epstein files. And you see just the shock and the depression and the rage and all of this range of emotional responses. And then you also see the fantasy and people who are just not ready or willing or capable or wanting to see yet, and how they kind of put it over here in this other box, because we do have to keep functioning. We do have to keep showing up for our kids.
Yeah, we have to keep working.
We do have to keep working and paying bills and just, yeah, it's really interesting to see this kind of collective trauma response playing out, because it's the same thing that we see in ourselves and in the people we work on who deal with trauma. It is too much to feel. And when you have something that's that big emotionally, what do you do with it?
What do you do with it?
And the definition of like trauma is something awful is happening and you feel powerless to stop it. That's what trauma is.
Yeah, well, it's you do feel powerless.
It's a hard feeling.
It is a really hard feeling. I have felt that a few different times during my journey, and Even though I felt completely powerless, there was a part of me that stepped forward and told me that it will take care of me. It was like me finding the power within myself and the courage to face these things. And
Yeah, really dark, deep trauma exposes you to, like you said, reality in a way that is quite jarring.
yep.
And we've all had this reality that we've thought we were in.
Yeah, and then
And then suddenly you find out that
that's not real. It's not real.
it's the same thing, you went through with your ex, I went through with my ex, and we realized that we were married to a monster.
Yeah, to an asshole.
Yeah, I guess mine was more monstrous than yours.
Yours
but
is more of a monster. Mine is like this petty thief.
yeah, he's a con man.
He's a con man, and he lies and betrays you and cheats and rapes.
Yeah,
So
where mine purposefully hurts people and enjoys it
Yes.
and gets pleasure out of it.
it's more like my dad. It's dangerous and it's scary.
Yeah, and it's like I used to say when we were going through right after our divorce, and going through the custody stuff, and I'm like, wow, I was baking cookies in the kitchen while Hannibal Lecter was dissecting humans in the basement, and I was so clueless. How did I not realize that I was living with this really dark, monstrous thing?
Well, for me,
And as a society, we have done that.
We have.
We've been living with this really dark, monstrous thing.
it's because you don't want to see. You don't want to see the
It
truth.
hurts to
If we
see.
avoid, then we won't feel it. We don't have to feel it.
And we also don't have to make some really difficult choices.
Yeah. We
We don't have to face that this is where we're at now.
Well, we have been sold this lie since childhood. If we do A, B, and C, then we get this magical, happy life, and it's a lie. And in order to get that life, a lot of other people have to get hurt or are getting hurt. And then if you decide to wake up and actually look at what's going on, it kind of makes you feel sick and disgusted that this is actually going on, and also kind of like guilty that maybe you haven't done enough.
yeah,
or
then you
weren't
might
doing
have to feel
anything
some of your piece
own
of
piece.
accountability.
of this whole like game that's going on. This,
Well, I mean, we've been talking about this because you have been reading Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
And so much of what we were taught about the
natives.
colonization of America was utter nonsense. Was
Yeah.
propaganda, and the dark parts were left out. And we see this again and again in American history. The dark parts are left out.
always we live in this fucking fantasy.
Not only what we did to the natives, but during World War II, we had camps for Japanese people.
Well, not even the. Let's talk about slavery.
Yeah.
What we did with slavery and with black people, and what we still do to them.
We could go on and
Yeah.
on and on and on and on
Yeah.
and on. There's whole books written on them
Yeah.
about these untold parts of our history and how we have all benefited from atrocities. And so I feel like what's happening now collectively is we're not able to hide anymore from the fact that our government has committed atrocities that we have all been living in this kind of fantasy.
We have. But you know what? The veil is getting thinner. And
Dun dun dun.
dun dun dun. The veil is getting thinner. As you said, the fantasy is starting to fade. So we are in a place where we need to choose and decide what
It's
kind of person are we going to be during all of this.
The situation that I found myself in when my ex moved in his second wife and
Yeah.
was becoming very violent, and I knew that I just had to face this, that I could no longer pretend anymore that I was either going to, that I had to face this because my life and my children's lives were on the line. And that was really, really hard.
Well,
I had to do things that I did not want to do, that I never wanted to think about doing, that I did not want to face.
yeah, it's really uncomfortable.
Yep.
Well, when I had that really dark moment with myself where I just didn't know if I could even face what I was facing in my life, just being so afraid of becoming homeless and not having the finances to even care for my children anymore. And also my trauma coming
Yeah,
up with
we
it.
both faced homelessness. We
Yeah.
both faced this huge
And I was
obstacle
like,
of uncertainty.
and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. I am just one person. But in that moment, I was like, I am going to do this. I am going to do this for my children. I'm like, this, it's like, they only have me. And I'm like, I have been let down so often in my life. And I was being let down even in that moment by my family and people I thought that would be there for me. And I was like, I'm going to do it for my children. I'm going to get back up and do this for my children. And then immediately after that, I started seeking help too, because I was kind of afraid of myself, of like, you go so deep into it and then you have to face these really scary parts of yourself. And at moments I was afraid I was going to hurt myself because I just didn't know if I can do it. And it's really a choice within yourself and finding that bravery and courage that's inside all of us. We just have to choose. And that's when we hopefully can start making some change in the world. But
Well, it's really interesting how people seem to always think that the trauma that's happening over there isn't their problem. But what we've seen again and again, and what we're seeing now, is that this really dark aspect in humanity that we thought was only going to affect people of a certain color or people of certain countries,
different countries, never here.
we're realizing that no, it's affecting us too. I mean, not to even go into the problem with that kind of thinking. To begin with, that you can disassociate from someone's struggle just because they live in a different country or a different color than you. But if it happens to your neighbor, if your neighbor is being abused, if the kids are being abused, if you turn a blind eye to it there, it is going to eventually affect you.
It does. It does eventually affect you.
We have to stand up for victims. We have to believe them. And we have to create systems that support them and create actual consequences for abusers.
Well, how many times, like you and I, when we've like shared our story, even just online, and how many people attack us and call us the narcissist or us the abuser. And I'm like, this is why it is so hard for the victims to stand up for themselves, to consistently have to get
share
up
your
and
story.
share your story, even though almost everyone else is against you, because it's almost like holding up a mirror to their face and reminding them that they didn't do anything.
Yeah, that is a huge part of my trauma, is all of the places I went to for help for my children that ended up just being another form of abuse, another way for my abuser to hurt me and the children.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere from therapy to school counselors to legal action to
the courts, right?
CPS, all of these different systems that are supposedly in place to help victims, to help children, are just other forms of abuse.
Yeah.
And that was really an awful way to learn that truth.
Yeah.
And it's also another part of the pain that has to be processed. That's what I'm saying. Like, trauma is big emotion. It is big rage. It is big grief. And when you're going through it, you can't process it because you are trying to get your kids out of this situation with a shred of their humanity intact.
Yeah, you're trying to survive.
Yep.
Trying to keep your head on your shoulders so you can actually do it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you're like, what the fuck? What just happened?
Yeah, but then it's like this huge thing that it's and now it's in the distance because you've been pushing it down for so long, so you don't go cuckoo when you have to testify in court.
Yeah.
You know, when you have to show up in functioning ways.
Yeah. And you're just, well, for me, I just numb it all out. I just push it down. And then, I don't know, like for me, like how I've been talking about things that have happened in my past experience, especially the being molested or being raped. And I still can't feel it. Like people are like, wow, like as I've shared with, they're like, aren't you angry? Aren't you like, you should, like, why didn't you leave? And I'm like, I don't even know. I felt shocked and I felt numb. And then I just was like, well, this is my life. Let's just keep pretending. Let's just keep being who we are. Because nobody ever helped me as a kid. So I just thought, you just keep going. You just ignore it. You just push it down. And I remember feeling it come up a few times. And I'd be like, oh no. Let's just push that right back down. And talking about it now, like feeling safe and like I can actually talk about, is actually starting to bring up some of the rage. I'm like, man, I should be pissed. I should be mad. And I'm like, yeah, I should be mad, but where are you? Like, come up. I'm like, and then I feel it sometimes and I'm like, oh God, oh no, never mind.
Too much. Never mind.
But yeah, it's just interesting what we do as humans to survive.
But here's the thing, like we were saying, if you don't find a way to access the emotion, if you don't find a way to move it in digestible pieces, then you do become blocked, you do become stuck, and that can manifest as, things like depression or other diagnosable things, but also it can manifest in you living your life as a shadow of yourself. You're not this fully vibrant, fully passionate human. You're kind of this echo of your true self.
That's beautiful. I love how you said that. For me, I have felt how much it has stunted me or has kept me stuck. It's almost been like a handicap. And it's also made it very difficult to be creative. And especially as I've been pushing myself to open up these layers, peel back these layers of trauma and trying to get into it. And the closer I've been getting into it, I've been feeling that heaviness and that depression and that feeling of like, I don't know, maybe we'll just stay comfortable and stay where we are. But I also just want my wholeness. I'm like, I want to reclaim what was taken from me from a young age and through my young adulthood and through my marriage. I'm like, I am going to reclaim this. I am going into the battlefield.
Yeah, I love that.
And I will be victorious.
Perfectly said.
Thank you. And I want my light back. I want my creativity back that I had as a kid. I want to feel excited again. I want to feel these good and happy emotions again. But that have been blocked because of the trauma.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say like that hadn't felt all of my emotions. I don't feel like my block has been that big. I've definitely felt the joy come in again.
Yeah,
and
same.
Yeah, had the full range of emotional experiences. But when it comes to pursuing the things that the dreams, right? The creativity, the stuff that really makes my life feel passionate and exciting, and like I can go out there and I can do it.
Yeah.
The trauma has blocked that.
It has. And it also
100%.
At moments have felt myself self-sabotage too. Or I am not worthy of this, or, just like the really dark negative thoughts that come in as well. And, I'm not sure how that will be if once I am able to move this block. I'm sure I'm still going to have to battle the negative thoughts because that's just human nature. But I'm talking about like the
But that,
negative, heavy parts of me that don't allow me to have joy or allow me to have certain things. And it's just this like abuse cycle I have going on inside myself. And it's the abuse I grew up with. It's like still in me. It's kind of hard to explain.
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, for me, I'm still kind of exploring it, but it's this creative part of myself, this expressive part of myself that's very connected to my inner child, right? That's what creativity is us being able to step into that childlike curiosity and exuberance for the world.
Yeah.
And it feels like I reach for it and it almost just like turns to smoke right as I'm grabbing it.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yes. It's like, oh, I'm going to get it this time. It's like right there. And then it's just,
It's like, haha, no, you're not.
yeah. But as I've been, doing this trauma work, I'd say it was kind of part of my New Year's resolution was to go towards some things. And so as I've been doing that since January, it's been 2 months. Yeah, I'm still reaching and it's still smoke, right? But there's all of this like emotion coming up with it. And I'd say I'm actually feeling her fingers before she vanishes now.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it's like getting closer, but then this like emotions are getting bigger along with it. And I'm just like, oh my God, see, even just talking about it, I'm emotional. I'm like, it's like, how am I supposed to like go to the grocery store and make dinner tonight? I just need to like
I know. Well,
cry.
that's what's so hard about our capitalistic society.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be just robots and slaves. Like we don't have time. We don't have space to be human, true, authentic, creative humans. And we do, like emotional humans. Like where and when do we get to have time to feel this grief or this pain or whatever it is we need to process?
Well, do slaves need to be mentally healthy?
No.
I guess that's the question.
No. They
Our
don't.
overlords have decided no.
No, we don't. But some of us are fighting back and saying no to this. I am going to reclaim this part of myself and fight back because this is what being alive is about. This is what human is, like being human, like being able to, like you said, be childlike and explore these wonders and curiosities and to be creative and fun and like develop and evolve ourselves. But we can't when we're all just so mentally ill, sick, and tired and worn out.
And the thing with trauma, as we mentioned earlier, is you can't force it. And that's one of the reasons I really hate when people talk about just forcing your way through the writer's block. Because writer's block is one of the things I've dealt with. And I'm like, no, forcing your way through it, if it's like what I'm dealing with, if it's related to trauma and emotional blocks, it's almost just like beating yourself with a stick.
Well, it's like pushing.
And just like write something.
Yeah, it's like pushing too soon and then tearing everything.
Exactly.
Like that doesn't feel good.
Whether it's a baby or a poop.
That's not great. Not good.
You might need some lubrication in there first.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
maybe take some laxatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
And that's what I felt. I was like, I have learned my lesson on abusing myself.
Uh-huh.
Because I used to do creativity that way. I used to do it just like I used to run in that way, where I would talk abusively to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided I'm not going to abuse myself in my creativity either. I am not going to engage in the kind of just mental practices I would have to force myself to do this.
Well, it is a process. It's kind of like how you said you just were feeling the little inner child in you, her fingertips. And something I have found as I've been working with a therapist for the last 3 years or working on myself is there is a part inside me, like the really deep part of me that's been there since the beginning, that is learning to trust me. the all of me, the who I am now, because of all of the betrayal by myself and by those close to me. And I have just, it's been so interesting to me how I've been slowly, the internal part of me has been giving me little hints or clues or showing me stuff, and then waiting to see how I not necessarily handle that, but how I process it, and if I'm still, if I'm going to betray myself again. And I haven't been betraying myself anymore. And that's why I feel like I've been able to get closer to the rotting pot of trauma.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I've been able to get closer to understanding the truth of what happened in my childhood and through my adult life. And it's because I am finally being honest with myself. I'm finally not betraying myself. And I am finally finding this trust within me.
You're building trust with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're teaching yourself that you can trust you.
Yes. And it's been just so eye-opening. And I think as I've been doing that, I've been able to start to process the anger I have towards myself, that I betrayed myself so much in the past. But I also am trying to be gentle and soft with it, because I'm like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like nobody told me or protected me or told me these things were wrong or bad. I mean, I felt like they were bad. I didn't like them. But now I'm able to look at it from my eye point, my eye view, and be like, that was wrong and I am pissed. But I'm also going to never let this happen to us again. And also for my children, and like protect them. And I think that's how you really heal yourself. I think that's how you heal and protect your children. Like that's how you, it's like creating a new cycle inside yourself, a new cycle in your family. Like we actually protect ourselves. We protect our children. We don't let this disease infestation come in and destroy the light within you.
Yeah, I feel like so much of our struggle with trauma work in our society is that we're so impatient.
Oh, yeah.
We are so impatient. And I see this in mental wellness gurus. I see this in the New Age spiritual movement. I even see this in traditional religion. This idea that you can just find Christ, or that you can just love and light, or that you can just...
It's like putting a Band-Aid over it.
Yeah, it's just this easy fix, not even easy, quick fix.
Sprinkle some fairy dust
or you
over
can
it.
just do the ayahuasca ceremony, and suddenly you will be this new person. And trauma doesn't actually work like that.
It doesn't.
There are those big breakthrough moments. Like you do have the big breakthrough moments where you get a nice sizable chunk of rot out of you.
Yeah.
But it is a process.
It is a process. You have to go to where the birthplace of that rot is, and that it still is alive in you.
And you have to pull it out by the root.
Yeah, you do. You got to pull that sucker out from the root, and then you have to just make sure you keep that clean. Like you have to mother it and take care of it, and make sure you got everything out, because sometimes little pieces stay in there.
It's a process, though. It's a process even getting to that point, because you have to build trust with yourself. You have to start to get to know yourself. You have to wait for it to be ready. And sometimes it's like you need to go through a few more things in your life. Like with my children, I know there are some things they're just not going to be able to process until they've had an adult relationship, or they've had children themselves.
Well,
it's just that the journey brings you different experiences.
Yeah, walking the path, living life, having relationships. That is how you heal.
Well,
that is going through things, because then you start to see, well, how did I do this before? How am I going to do it differently now? Or sometimes that's when you have like epiphanies come in, and then you start to heal. You can't just hide in a cave and expect to, you could probably do some healing, but if you want to really get in there, you have to live life. You have to go through things. You have to experience other people and relationships.
Well, and that's another part of our collective trauma that we do as humans. This trauma thing is this chasing, thinking that if you get to the level of income or the living in the nice neighborhood,
the
or
perfect partner,
if you can just get over this trauma, or you can just get the relationship, that's when you'll finally arrive. That's when your life will finally start. But the thing is,
it doesn't.
It starts right now. It started yesterday. It started the day before. Like, life has already begun. And if you're not living in that moment, in this moment right now, thank you for being present in this moment with us. We are all alive right now in this moment, experiencing life. Then you miss life. You miss the whole point of all of it. And so often with trauma work, you think if you can just get beyond this one thing, then
it's going to all be better.
Going to all be better. But there's always something new. Life is seasonal.
It is.
And there are nice warm days and there are rainy wet days, and no matter how much of your quote work you do, there's always going to be a need to process another rainy wet day when it comes along.
Yeah, it's life. That is the human life. And you're still going to have to make hard choices. You're still going to have to find parts of you that are afraid. You're still going to have to feel some hidden rage. You're like, oh, I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if I can just get to retirement, or if I can just get to where my kids are adults, or just get to where they're not toddlers anymore, or if I can just get to that size of pants that I've been wanting to wear.
If only my body looked like this.
If only my body
I would
looked
be
like
really
this.
happy.
But guess what? The body is always going to have something going on with it, and you're not getting any younger.
Especially as you get older.
So appreciate your body today. Appreciate the day that you're in, the moment you're in. And
it's all about just right now, being present.
It is. And trauma work is that way too. It's learning to be present again in your life, because one of the things that trauma does is it takes us out of the present.
Puts you into a fantasy. Well, for me.
It takes you out of your body. It takes you to a dissociative state. And there's this constant, obviously we still need to address the trauma, right? But that's one of the ways that you address trauma, is you actually learn how to be present in the moment.
And then it's real.
Yep.
And that just hit me the other day when we were sitting. I mean, I've felt it, but the other day when we were just sitting and talking, I'm like, oh my God, exactly. Everything you just said. I was like, oh my God, it's just being here right now. This is the real right here.
This is my life right now.
This is real.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can choose to be bitter and upset right now, or I can just be like, wow, this is amazing. Look at what I have.
Yeah.
Look at where I'm at. Look at how far I've come.
Well, and even being present when it's not so amazing.
Yes.
Being able to sit with whatever it is that is your reality, having the resilience. And that's another thing that doing trauma work really brings in, is you keep going into that dark rot that's inside of you, and little by little pulling it out, and little by little facing the hard things, and it creates this resilience in you. So you're not running away from your life all the time.
Yeah.
Just because something hard happened, or that person sent that text to you, or work did the thing,
or life didn't turn out the way you planned,
or our government is full of corrupt, crazy, disgusting people. Yeah. You can actually face that with a clear mind.
Yeah. And it's like, well, what can I do
rather than this vibrating energy?
Yeah. That is being completely in the moment and alive, because all you have right now is this moment right now.
Yep.
This is it.
Hello. Welcome to your moment.
I hope you're enjoying it with us. I know we had a lot to say, a lot of really deep But this is what it's like to hang out with us. We love going into these things and talking about this and exploring it. And we've both been doing the work. I hope that our words can help you.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about anything more surface level when this is what we're going through right now. We are in the midst of doing some trauma work right now. Kat and I are.
Yes.
And so this is what we've been up to, and we wanted to share with you what we have been up to in the hopes that maybe that will be useful.
I hope it is.
And if you're constipated, take some laxatives.
Be gentle with yourself.
Be gentle with yourself. You know, you might be attached to a toilet all day if you're not. You might not be able to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, take the day off. Feel some feels and go to the bathroom.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Remember to like and subscribe.